700 145. Hi, welcome back. Thanks very much. We're in Norwich this morning. We're talking about nudity. This is Ruth. You're about to go nude, yeah?
Yeah, in December we're doing a play, Knights of the Circus, by Angela Carter, and part of it involves nudity, which is both myself and Andrew will be performing at some point nude in the show.
Have you got any sort of nervousness or reservations about that?
No, I've done it before for various plays, for dance things I've had to perform nude. I've also done a lot of life modelling as well, and on top of the life modelling, done dance modelling. So actually, as I'm dancing, they'll draw me. So there's a lot of movement there. It is not total stillness.
And when you do it, what's going through your head? I mean, are you bothered? Are you thinking what other people are thinking?
No.
Are you looking at their eyes?
No.
What do you?
And actually, it's almost the opposite. I actually feel like I've got the power.
Really?
Whether I am in the nude. It seems to be other people that get embarrassed by it, not me.
What extra does it give you in addition to what you'd normally derive from acting in a play?
It just adds another dimension, like you would choose to use different sort of lighting or different set. It's just a choice whether to have clothes or not. Some people see it as, it's like titillation. We're going to have a nudity in this show.
Well, isn't it?
No, it's not. It is needed, especially in this show, because Angela Carter writes in her book very much towards nudity and it being beautiful, especially in the women, whereas in the men, it's something to do with being shown up and making to look stupid.
I wonder why.
Perhaps because of her own views at the time when she was writing.
How do you feel about it then?
Oh, fine.
Given the sort of background that she just outlined.
Yeah, I mean, in this particular play, though, it is about, I mean, nudity is vulnerability for a man, but for a woman, it's actually represented as breaking forth, as coming of her own, and that she doesn't need to sort of put all these layers of makeup and clothes and what have you. I mean, the particular scene that I'm in, it's actually the humbling of a man who has been very aggressive and very sexually dominating.
Yeah, you've, I'm led to believe you've, as publicity for a previous production, have actually walked through the market in this city here in your underpants.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, all right, well, it's a good stunt, but I mean, it suggests perhaps that you like showing off.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't, no, so... What am I doing for a living? You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not knocking it. Well, exactly. You know, I'm not knocking it, but you confess that there's an element of that, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are two elements in taking your clothes off. One is as an actor, as a performer, to sort of say, well, here I am. There's another element which I also empathise with in the naturist, where it is very liberating. It feels so as if I don't have to hide anymore.
Okay. Have you any problem with this, Larry?
I'm just thinking what incredibly dull lives these people must have, that they have to get their kicks by getting their kit off. I mean, I have lots of interesting things to do that don't involve playing tiddlywinks on somebody else's naked stomach.
I would love to have seen the tiddlywinks personally, but you're dull and boring. Right, come on. Naturist, where are you? Lady there, are you one?
Well, actually, no. I did Playboy about 10 years ago.
Oh, I see. That's
Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad.
Why have you put the dark glasses on?
Huh?
Why have you put the dark glasses on?
Because I don't want Mum and Dad to sort of see me. No.
Well, I think it's too dark. I think you've had it, kid. Yeah. What? Dull and boring. You've sad lives. If you're going to show yourself off in that way, you're sad. That's what she's saying.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was treated like a princess. I got loads of money for doing it, and I really enjoyed it, and I was pleased with the outcome.
But when I mean, there must have been some remarks from people that made you think twice about what you'd done, surely?
Well, the boyfriend I had at the time really didn't like it. But that was tough. I left him.
Other ones? Who else? Yes, lady, what are you going to say?
Can I just ask the lady here, can I just ask whether you think that is the only thing we do with our lives?
Well, it does seem to be a very central part of all your lives, the fact that you're virtually evangelising about it.
Is that right?
To me, nudity is a very small part of our lives, which is why I don't walk around with my clothes off all the time.
I think you're saying to me that's the only thing I do. And also, can I just ask one other question? Do you enjoy, when you go for a walk in the country, having the wind blowing on your face?
No, not particularly, because it messes up my hair, so no.
I rest that. Hang on a minute.
What do we think?
I rest my case.
What do you think, Dave? And there is genuine concern, I think, from a lot of people about the nudity they see on television, in plays, in drama, in adverts, on posters, etc., etc. And when I'm talking about nudity, I'm talking about a part of the body being like a woman's nipple, for example. What's your opinion about that? Are you bothered about it?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't particularly want to have it in my living room. And I think I wanted to draw a very sharp distinction between that and naturism, because I think that is advertising which is exploiting the human body. And I think the advertising industry at the moment with television is pushing the limit to see where it can go to. And I think this is the whole point of the article in the paper. And we have a common sense view. It is a biblical view which has been distilled through a lot of time in this country. And by and large, people don't like it. You called us Puritan in your introduction. I think there's an element of that, but I don't think it's prudish.
I asked a question, actually.
Yeah, it's not prudish. It's common sense that if people want to do this in a controlled way, we are a tolerant people. That's fine. Let them do it. Not everybody wants to do it, but we don't want the advertising people to dictate our morals in our lounges before our families and in front of our children, even after 9:30.
Who shares, you gentlemen there, do you share that view?
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, disagree, okay.
I think there's a way in which you could use, and I'm talking advertising, which is my business. I think there's
oh,
a
so
way
you're the villain?
Yes.
Okay.
But it can be used, and it can be used quite tastefully, it can be used very forcibly in advertising. Johnson's baby products use nudes all the time. They had to be 6 months old and that long, but they're nudes.
But that's cuddly
they lay on the
lovely.
back, the legs in the air.
No one objects to that, do they?
I think
what he's talking about is the mature women's
nipples.
nipples.
Multiple sclerosis, where you have a nude man in a ball raising money for a charity to look into a disabling disease. Now, that is the nude form used. I think you're differentiating between sex and nudes. There's a difference between nudity and sex.
But you use sex. And your business uses sex. You use sex all the time.
Yes, you do.
I mean, increasingly, when we switch on the television, we see sexual images portrayed on television. And sexual images are bits of people's bodies. Yes. You play on it, you think it's titillating.
Yes.
It probably works. I wouldn't be doing it.
Used in the right context, it works very well. You use it to sell a deodorant, use it to sell a perfume. Works very well, but use it to sell birds' custard. It doesn't work normally as well.
Yeah. That's interesting. What do you think, June, when you see these things on your telly?
I think there's a difference. Most people don't differentiate. They don't separate sexuality from nudity. A lot of people can't do that. But getting back to the play at UEA, people have a choice whether they go and see that.
That's the University of East Anglia, for people who don't know. Yes, sorry, go on.
Sorry. People have a choice whether they go and see that play or not. Yeah. They know there's nudity in it. They make a choice. I want to go and see that play. Naturists are exercising their choice. They get together with like-minded people in a place and do what they want to do. I don't see why, like advertising on television, and it's very insidious, and it's getting worse and worse all the time. It's on hoardings. Everywhere you look, there's emphasis on sexuality and mostly the nude female. And the nude female is debased by all this gratuitous advertising. People should have a choice. And television doesn't give you that.
What do you think about it?
Because you can turn it off.
But
well,
you don't.
You can, but I mean...
In fact, the public actually thoroughly enjoyed the Dame Pack advert. And in fact,
remind me what that was.
It was a family having a barbecue.
Oh, the nudes, yeah.
We've
had her on, the lady who did that, the sizzling bacon, yes?
Yes.
Yeah,
and we would have loved to have seen the outtakes on that, because it must have taken us absolutely forever to have made that.
Yeah.
And, you know...
Don't you think it's interesting
that was great fun.
We've always had female nudes on TV.
Oh, but
for a
this was
long
a
time
family.
we have. But what's happened with feminism is, instead of women putting their clothes back on, which is something I'd like to see, they're now demanding some kind of parity. And actresses are saying, you know, OK, well, if I'm going to show one bosom, then that man over there is going to show one buttock. And it's men's bottoms that we're seeing on the TV all the time. I'm frankly very, very bored.
With men's bottoms?
Yes.
OK, fine. Yeah, what are you going to say, sir?
I was just going to say, by the sound of it, you'd rather see the men on the programmes full frontals than the females.
What do you think when you see... I mean, you're an actress, for the benefit of people who are just joining us, we've established that. What do you think when you see these images on television?
Well, some of the ones on television I'm against, because like it has been already said, it provides the wrong side of things. I go on a beach, naked, lay there naked, with other like-minded people. There's no sexual thing involved at all.
See, many people would argue there is, that deep down in your psyche, that, I mean, God knows, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I think they would say, they say that's what's going on. You are doing this because you are sexually showing off, or you're attracted to other people who are doing it,
I
you're
get
looking...
that with my profession, you know, as such, as a massage therapist. It's a body in front of me. Now, I'm talking to you, I would talk to you exactly the same way as if you had no clothes on. It's eye contact.
If you play a board game, obviously, on somebody's naked bottom, then obviously that's not sexual. So the key here is for everybody to play Monopoly, Scrabble, whatever, and then that's absolutely fine and wholesome family entertainment.
In fact, it's the partially clothed body that is far more erotic, as you'll see if you look at art through the centuries. So it's the people wearing bikinis on the beaches that are actually displaying themselves far more than a naturist who is just there.
Yeah. Okay. We've got lots of people. Ruth.
I'd just like to say that what is the problem with a body being seen as sexy? A body is beautiful, yes, but also what is the problem about being sexy? I mean, why have we got?
I think there's no problem. Well, I mean, I think most people would argue there's no problem as long as it doesn't.
Being sexy.
There's no problem as long as it doesn't embarrass other people. If you want to, I think that's what I guess. I'm assuming that's what most people watching this program think.
It's just like this idea that we're all sitting here saying, well, it's either got to be beautiful or we cover it up and things like this.
All bodies are beautiful.
But all bodies are beautiful, and I agree.
But is there,
all bodies can also be sexy.
is there a sexual element? I mean, when you've spent your life, I gather, walking around the house naked, yes? You've been growing, you and your mum, you've always done this.
Well, in the winter when the central heating's not working, no, I don't.
I'm going to say, it must be a bit cold.
Got my woolies on.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, you do this. Why do you walk around the house with no clothes on?
Oh, I feel free. It's wonderful.
What happens when the milkman comes?
Well, I don't have my milk delivered.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, what happens when somebody knocks at the door?
If somebody knocks at the door, I put a sarong on or a long T-shirt, because you do have to appreciate other people's views, and maybe they would be embarrassed, especially if it was, say, a religious sect knocking at the door trying to sell you a certain part of God.
Yeah. But have you lost your modesty? I mean, is that what's happened to you?
No, sometimes. No, I haven't lost my modesty at all.
Is there a sexual element to it? I mean,
in some people,
all your mother. I mean, is that
We've just been talking about women's nipples. I think men's nipples are just as sexy as women's nipples. A woman's nipples will become erect, so will a man's.
You were going to say?
I think a lot of the conversation at the moment is on body image. And naturists will accept you warts and all. Now, I had a problem forced upon me, more or less, 18 months ago, which I found very, very difficult to cope with. And my naturist friends have brought me through this and have made me accept it. And I had to have a colostomy. And I covered myself up and I felt awful. My husband left me. I felt rejected, unwanted, unloved. My naturist friends are the best friends I've ever had. And I have got so close with them now, with their support. They ring me up. They say, don't hide away, Jill. Come and join us. And now, I take my bikini bottoms off. And nobody looks or, you know, we are accepted, warts and all. We're not the body beautiful. Most of us, a lot of us are in middle age. We're all fighting gravity. My kids call me the old wrinkly. You know, we are not the body beautiful. We are normal people.
You look great to me. You look great to me. And knowing what your problem is, well done. Yes, sir. We've not got long left.
Okay. I'd just like to say how I honestly don't think that nudity can be divorced from intimate sexual contact between a man and a woman. And my personal belief that the right place for that is within marriage. And you're saying about nudity such and being accepted warts and all within a marriage, I'm sure that's perfectly fine. And when I get married, when I see my wife nude, I'm not just going to see her body, although I'm sure it's going to be very beautiful. I'm not going to be just looking at her body. I'll be seeing the person inside her. I'll be seeing what she is as a person, what makes her tick, and all her beliefs.
All right. Are we all becoming a bit prudish, do you think, Larry? Is that... I mean, are you hearing these people? They seem perfectly sensible, rational people to me. Are we becoming a little bit too concerned?
Come on, they're weird. They're all
They're not weird.
You know, I'm normal, you're normal. The rest of the audience is weird.
All right, quick word, June, go on.
What is wrong with modesty?
Nothing's wrong with modesty. Nothing's wrong with modesty.
Is a lady ashamed of her body?
Yeah.
Can I just...
And there's nothing wrong with freedom of choice either, which is, I'm sure you'd agree, which is what they're all doing. I'm sorry, we're out of time. We're out of time. We've got to tell people about a programme we're doing one day next week. Thanks all very much. Enjoy your lives, however you conduct them anyway. I'm going to say, hang on, just tell people about a programme we're doing one day next week, and we'll be asking, have you tried to adopt a child? Did your age, race or personal habits such as smoking go against you? Were you forced to consider adopting from a foreign country? Whatever your story, we'd like you to give us a call. 0891 111124 is the number to ring if you'd like to join us for that programme on adoption. From all of us here in Norwich for now, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Thank you, audience.